So this meeting is currently recording. For the students who will not be able to attend ours in class. And also, this will serve as your reviewer for your upcoming na mga assessments. So our topic would be about the random variable. So under the random variables, we have discrete and continuous na variables. We'll also discuss it here, no, ang coverage or outline. So, discuss natin discrete variables, the discrete probability distribution, no, yung statistical treatments, and then yung continuous variables and the continuous probability distribution. So, let's start with ano ba ang purpose ng random variables, no? So, the random variables are used commonly in statistics and probability kung saan ginagamit sila to quantify outcomes of random occurrences. So dito babalikan natin yung knowledge natin about the sample space saan we have yung mga possible outcomes, no, for a given statistical treatment. So the first part of discussion ng random variable is about the discrete probability distributions, wherein we'll be needing yung knowledge about the statistical treatment. Ayan. So ano ba ang statistical treatment? It is any process by which several chance observations are generated. So it is often important to allocate a number or numerical description to the outcome. Yan. So, statistical treatment, any process by which, again, several chance observations are generated. O for example, meron tayong sample space or we have an event or ang statistical experiment na gagawin natin is from a set of electronic components will be getting 3 samples. Yan. So, ano yung mga possible outcomes natin na makakuha ng non-defective and defective. No? So, again, yung statistical treatment will get 3 electronic components from our set ng lahat ng electronic components pwedeng in a factory. So, possible na outcomes natin is pwede tayong makakuha ng tatlong non-defective, no? Pwede namang non-defective, non-defective, defective. Then non-defective, defective, non-defective, defective, non, then non, defective, 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 non, then defective, 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 non-defective, and then tatlong defective yung makuha natin for that experiment observation. So ito, yun yung mga possible outcomes natin or yung results, no, from an statistical na experiment. Ayan. So here kung babalikan natin yung sample space na topic natin, binibilang natin kung ilan lahat yung possible outcomes natin. So, bibilangin mo lang ilan lahat yan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, you can have 8 na possible outcomes. Number of outcomes natin. So, nabibilang natin yan by getting kung ano yung lahat na or listing yung lahat ng possible outcomes natin in a given na scenario. Now, here in random variables, I'll be teaching another way ng pag-count ng number of possible outcomes natin no, bukod sa pag-list down and paggamit ng permutations and combinations. Ayan. So, if you have 2 possible outcomes lang for a given na event. Like for example, sa pagkuha mo ng isang item, ano yung possibility na non-defective or defective. So, dalawa lang yung possible na results mo, yung makakuha ng defective or defective. Ilan lahat yung magiging possible outcomes natin. So, to get the number of possible outcomes, meron lang dalawang pagpipilian na result, it's equal to equal lang siya sa 2 raised to n. Yan, so number of outcomes, no, possible outcomes. So, equal lang siya sa 2 raised to n, wherein 2, it represents yung meron ka lang dalawang possible outcomes, no, on a given na experiment or observation. Yan, katulad nito, dalawa lang pagpipilian mo, makakuha ng defective or non-defective. And then, yung small letter n naman sa exponent, ito yung number of process, no, ilang beses mo gagawin yon. So, here, no, to get yung lahat, kung ilan lahat yung possible outcomes natin, it's equal to 2 raised to ilang beses tayo kukuha ng electronic component. So, sabi, we have 3. Ayan, so we have 2 raised to 3. 2 raised to 3, it's the same with 8. Yan. So, another way ito, no, ng pag-count ng number of possible outcomes natin. Ayan. So, again, kapag may dalawa ka lang na pagpipilian or dalawang possible na result. No? So, gumagana rin to saan? Sa experiment ng coins. No? Yung magtotoss ka ng coin, ilan lahat yung possible outcomes natin. If you'll toss twice, no, yung coin natin. So, yung experiment to be done will be yung mag-toss ng coin twice. So, sa pag-toss natin ng first coin or first toss natin, ang possible outcome is makakuha ng head or tail, di ba? So, kung halimbawa head yung nakuha natin, magba-branch out siya doon sa next possible outcome natin na pwede makakuha ng either head or tail. Ganon din kung tail, halimbawa yung lalaba. So, we have head, tail. O, if we list down all of the possible outcomes, no, by our set, so sample space ay HH, no, head, 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 tail, tail, head, then tail, tail. Yan. So, here, if we'll count yung number of possible outcomes natin, we have 4. Yan. Eh, yung 4, pwede rin natin siyang makuha by this equation na 2 raised to n. Yan. Kasi yung small letter n natin is yung number of times na magtotoss tayo ng coin. So, ilang beses nagtoss ng coin? Dalawa. So, we have 2 raised to 2. Yan. Same, no? Equal to 4. So, halimbawa, kung meron na tayong tatlong possible na outcomes, no, syempre, ang gagamitin na natin doon is yung combinations, permutations, pag-list down ng mga possible outcomes that we had, no, on our sample space and set theory. Kasi nag-count tayo doon ng mga possible outcomes natin. Yan. So, here, binalikan lang natin kasi we'll use it, no, doon sa mga next natin na discussion about the random variable. Ayan. Again, random variables, o gamit sila to quantify mga possible outcomes natin. Oops. Gosh. Wait lang. So again, no, going back, random variables, they are used to quantify yung mga possible outcomes natin. So kailangan we know how to determine kung ilan lahat yung mga possible outcomes natin and ano-ano yung mga possible outcomes ngayon. So continuing, ito pa rin yung sample space natin of getting 3 electronic components. Yan sila lahat, no? Yung NNN, NND, and so on. So, for the random variable, Another definition ng random variable natin. So, a random variable is a function that associates a real number with each element in the sample space. So, halimbawa, we have yung random variable as the number of defectives. So, sinet natin na yung random variable would be the number of defectives. So, ano-ano yung number of or numerical values natin for a given na sample space that will describe yung number of defectives. Yan. So actually, gagawin lang natin, we'll have our set ng random variable, wherein yung random variable natin is x. Yan. So random variable is usually denoted as capital letter X. Yan. So this random variable x is the number of defectives in our sample space. Yeah, number of defectives for getting 3 electronic components. Ayan, silang lahat. So, basically, dito sa sample space natin, para malaman mo kung ilan yung number of defectives na pwede natin makuha, we'll just count yung number of defectives per outcome. Ayan. So, ito yung first outcome natin. First possible na outcome. 3 non-defective yung makuha. So, counting the number of defectives dyan sa first outcome, ilan yun lahat? Ayan. So, wala ditong defective kasi lahat non-defective. It means 0, no? Yung number of defective dyan. Dito naman, we have 1 defective. So, 1. So, then, isa, and then dalawa, defective, dalawang defective, dalawa, and then 3. Ayan. So, for your random variable x, wherein x is the number of defectives, we can have our set na possible kapag kumuha tayo ng 3 electronic components, possible na makakuha tayo ng 0 defective, 1 defective, 2 defective, or 3 defectives. Ayan. So, this would be your random variable. Ayan. So, halimbawa, you have the random variable x, wherein random variable x is 0. So, 0, yun yung 0 yung number of defectives for a given na outcomes. Ayan yun. So, para madali mo siyang determine, yun yung use ng random variable natin to quantify yung possible outcomes natin. So, halimbawa, another example, yung random variable x mo is equal to 3. So, it denotes yung possible outcomes natin na may 3 defectives. So, saan dito yon? Ito, yung DDD. Yan. Kapag 2 naman, so ito lahat iyon, yung elements natin na may 2 defective. So kapag isa, ito sila. And then we have N, N, N. Yan. So actually, we can have our subset, no? So, we can have our subset wherein subset of the random variable is denoted by small letter x. Ayan. So, halimbawa, your small letter x is equal to 0. Ayan. So, it's equal to your subset ng number of defectives ay 0. Ayan. So, it denotes your n, n, n. Ayan. Kapag naman sinabi, you have your small letter x na equal to 1. Equal to 1. So, ang laman nito ng random variable x is equal to 1 is your set na may defective na isa. Ayan. So, your NND, NDN, DNN. Ayan. Okay? And then, if x naman is equal to 2, so ang laman ng subset natin is yung may 2 defective. Yan. If x is equal to 3, so yung may 3 defective. Yan. Okay? Yan. So, this is your random variable. Random variable, if yung sinet natin sa problem, random variable x is the number of defectives. So the number of defectives possible lumabas is 0, 1, 2, or 3. If naman halimbawa sa problem na to, or given example, random variable natin is set to be the number of non-defectives. So ang gagawin mo lang is bibilangin mo kung ilan yung number of defectives per element. Ayan. Then, less all, no, yung number na yon. And so, the same ng process lang. Ayan. So, here, we have yung subset E. Kung saan yung subset E assumes that we have we have value of 2. The value of 2, so from our random variable, ito yung may dalawang non-defectives. Ayan. So, yung DDD, DND, NDD. Ayan. So, ito yon. So, same lang din yun ng ina-explain. So, nabanggit ko din siya kanina. Ayan. So, denote capital letter X as the random variable, and then small letter x naman for one of its values with defects. O yan yung magbibigay sa'yo ng subset mo. Ayan. So, let's have another example ng pag-determine ng random variables. And yun. Yan. So, ng random variables. So, we have two balls drawn in succession without replacement from a bag containing 4 red balls and 3 black balls. Ayan. So, the possible outcomes and the values of y of the random variable y, where y is the number of red balls, are the following. So, wala pa. Isusulat natin kasi yung mga possible outcomes natin and the value of y ng random variable y natin. So, ano ulit yung experiment? Yung kukuha tayo ng 2 balls in succession from a bag na may 4 na red balls at 3 black balls. O, ano yung mga possible outcomes natin yan? So, possible na sa pagkuha natin ng bola sa bag, ang una nating makuhang color ng ball is color red. Yan. Then, sa pangalawa naman natin na bunot, red pa rin, no, yung makuha nating color of the ball. Kaya possible din na mauna red, kasunod niya black. Yan. O kaya, we have black ball on the first draw, then black ball din sa second draw. Then sa first draw, we have black. Sa pangalawa, red. No? So ito lang naman lahat yung possible na outcomes natin, no, for this experiment. Now, we set that y, from this example, no, y is the number of red balls. Yes. So, number of red balls. So, to determine the values of y, of the random variable y, we just have to count the number of red balls, no, for each outcomes. Ayan. So, dito, sa first outcome natin, 2 red. Ayan. So, yung value ng y natin is 2. Ayan. Kasi y is the number of red balls. Ayan. Then, for the second outcome, we have red, then black. Ayan. So, counting the number of red balls, we have 1. Ayan. So, bibilangin mo lang kung ano yung naset sa atin na random variable. Okay? So, dito naman, 2 black, walang red, so 0. Okay? And then black, and then red, so may isa tayong red. Ayan. So, for your random variable y, ang laman ng random variable y natin is possible makakuha tayo ng 0 red balls, 1 red ball, and 2 o kaya 2 red balls, no, doon sa experiment natin na pagkuha ng 2 balls in succession from a bag na yan. Okay, so that is yung pag-determine ng values of your random variable. So another example, we have a stockroom clerk. Yung stockroom clerk returns 3 safety helmets at random to 3 steel mill employees who had previously checked them. So, yung tatlong employee na babalikan ng safety helmets ay sina Smith, Jones, and Brown. And so, sa pagbalik ng safety helmets na 'to, meron tayong order na ina-achieve, 'yan. So yung correct order para makuha nila yung helmets na para sa kanila is yung mauunang kumuha si Smith, tapos si Jones yung next, and then pangatlo si Brown. Ayan, so kapag halimbawa nag-shuffle, hindi na nauna si Smith, hindi na pangalawa si Jones, or hindi na pangatlo si Brown, yung helmet na mababalik sa kanila is hindi para sa kanila, 'no? So ayan, so if Smith, Jones, and Brown, in that order, receive one of the 3 hats, so list the sample points for possible orders of returning the helmets, and find the value of M, of the random variable M, that represents the number of correct matches. Ayan, so ang random variable natin is M. Ayan, so sabi mo ma'am, ang random variable, it's always denoted by capital letter X. Ayan. So, halimbawa sa mga problem hindi binigay kung ano yung random variable natin, you can use X, no? Pero puwede mo rin naman i-represent 'yan by other letters. Yan. So, it's sometimes na talagang ginagamit, or yung default natin for the random variable na letter is yung capital letter X. So dito, ayun, problem, correct matches, so M. Pwede naman, malaya naman tayo sa paggamit ng mga variables natin. Yan. So we have random variable M, wherein it represents yung number of correct matches. Correct matches. Or, ito yung number ng person na makaka-receive ng correct na safety helmets. Yung safety helmets na makukuha nila is para sa kanila talaga, no? Yun. So, they followed this order na si Smith yung una, pangalawa si Jones, pangatlo si Brown. Okay? Yan. So, if nag-shuffle yan, hindi nila mai-receive yung correct helmet na para sa kanila. Yun. So, in this example, we'll list yung sample points, no, for possible orders of returning yung helmets. Ano yung mga possible outcomes natin na si stockroom clerk is magbabalik ng 3 safety helmets sa 3 employees natin. So, ano-ano yun? So, possible na order would be yung si Smith muna, and then si Jones, saka si Brown, no, ang kukuha. Eh, possible din na mangyari, si Smith mauuna, si Brown naging pangalawa, si Jones nahuli, no, sa pagkuha ng helmet natin, no, in that order. Kaya, si Jones nauna, sumunod si Smith, and then we have Brown. Okay? Yung mga possible na order sa pagkuha nila ng helmets. Yan, or pagbalik ng helmet. Yan, di possible din na si Jones mauna, sumunod si Brown, and then we have Smith. Yan. Kaya naman, si Brown mauuna, and then si Smith, then Jones. O kaya si Brown, and then Jones, Smith. Yan yung mga possible orders ng pagbabalik ng helmets natin. Now, take note, itong order na yan yung correct order na gagawin nating reference. Ayan, so, if this would be the correct order, ilan yung number of correct matches? Ayan. So, kung correct order to, makukuha ni Smith yung helmet na para sa kanya. So, 1 yun. No? And then, counted as 1 yun, na 1 correct match. And then, si Jones, mababalik yung helmet na para sa kanya. So, counted as, again, 1. No? And then, si Brown din, makukuha niya yung helmet na para sa kanya. Okay, so, counting the number of matches, no, in this order, you have 1, 2, 3. No, 3 correct matches. Ayan, yun yung value ng m natin of the random variable m, wherein m is the number of correct matches. So next, so nauna si Smith. So kung nauna si Smith, makukuha niya yung helmet na para sa kanya. So that would be 1. No, 1 correct match. Then ito si Brown, dapat pangatlo siya. So hindi niya makukuha yung helmet na para sa kanya. Count as 0 yon, no? And then si Jones nasa huli, o dapat pangalawa yan. So hindi niya makukuha yung helmet na para sa kanya. So number of correct match is 1 plus 0 plus 0, 1 lang. No? 1 lang yung nakakuha ng correct helmet. Yan. And then, next naman si Jones, Smith, and Brown. O si Jones, hindi niya makukuha yung helmet na para sa kanya. Ganon din si Smith, si Brown, makukuha. So we have 1 correct match. Yan. Then next, si Jones, nung sa una, dapat pangalawa. Ito, pangatlo. Ito ay una dapat. So wala tayong correct match dyan. So 0. No? And then, Brown mauna, Smith pangalawa, Jones pangatlo, wala. No, walang nakakuha ng correct match ng helmet. Hindi nabalik sa kanila yung helmet na para sa kanila talaga. Ayan. Then, si Brown nauna, si Jones pangalawa. So, yung helmet for him is makukuha niya. 1 correct match yun. Si Smith, nasa huli, dapat una siya. Ayan, so 0. No? We have 0 plus 1 plus 0. The number of correct match na for this element or possible outcome, isa. Ayan. So, we can write yung set natin no, for the number of correct matches ng random variable natin. It can be 0, no? Walang makakakuha ng correct helmet. Pwede rin 1, no? May isa sa kanila na makakakuha ng correct helmet. And then, 3. No? Possible na lahat silang 3 makukuha nila yung helmet for them. 0, 1, 3. So, wala tayong 2, no? Yung dalawa correct matches. Kasi kapag dalawa nag-correct, it means tama na rin yung isa doon. Kasi 3 lang ito eh. No? Bawa, correct si Smith, tapos correct si Jones. So, syempre, saan pa ba po position si Brown? Ayan. Oo, si Brown. So, correct na rin yun. Wala tayong 2. So, 0, 1, and 3. So, in this process na binigyan natin ng numerical value yung correct match as 1, tapos yung not correct match as 0, it's actually a principle, no? Principle called Bernoulli random variable. Ayan. No, yung meron kang i-assign na value for the correct match or and another value for not correct na match natin. Ayan. For example, you have your random variable x na selecting items na either defective or non-defective and you want to get yung random variable x na defective. Ayan. So, sa mga outcomes mo, you will count yung defective na items as 1 and then yung not defective naman, 0. Ayan. So, kung that principle is yung follows the Bernoulli random variable. So, kung babalikan natin yung first example na we have this one, ayan. Yung kinount lang natin yung number of defectives. Gamitan natin siya ng Bernoulli random variable wherein isa-set natin no, yung 0, arbitrary value 0 for non-defective. And then 1 naman kapag defective. Yan. So, Bernoulli random variable. Ayan. So, dito we have non-defective. So, 0, 0, 0. Ito naman 0, 0, 1. Then 0, 1, 0. 1, 0, 0. 0, 1, 1. 1, 0, 1. 1, 1, 0. And then 1, 1, 1. Ayan. And then count yung mga number of value of x no, na small letter x. So it can be 0, 0 plus 0. So tama, 0. 0 plus 0 plus 1, 1. And then 0 plus 1 plus 0, 1. No, number of defectives. So 1 plus 0 plus 0, 1 yun. And then, and so on. Ayan. So, yung kapag maglalagay ka ng arbitrary values for a certain event, that is called the Bernoulli random variable. Ayan. So, using that, pwede mo nang, we can, know yung mga possible number of defectives, yung possible number of correct matches, for given na mga examples. No? Ayan. So, the random variables is actually applied in creating your sampling plans. When we say sampling plan, sampling plan, it is widely used in studies, and it provides outlines on the basis of which research is conducted. Or kung hindi sa research, pwedeng application sa works, such as kapag you have a sampling plan na makakakuha ka ng ganitong number of defective, so i-accept mo siya. Kapag sumobra sa number of defective na yon, hindi mo i-accept or i-reject. Yun yung sampling plan, no? So in sampling plan, you should have your sampling unit. Meron kang population na pagkukunan ng samples mo, and then you have the sample size. And so ilan lang lahat, no? Ilan lang lahat yung samples na kukunin natin from a population. And then you have the sampling procedure. Yan. So, sampling procedure, ito yung method ng pagkuha mo ng sample from the population, no, or from the sampling unit natin. No? So, for example, we have yung sampling plan for either getting accept or reject ng batches of lot or lots of material. Meron tayong factory, factory of a certain item. So, we have the sampling, gagawa tayo ng sampling plan, no, for kung ano yung batch na i-accept natin or i-reject. So, it depends on the number of defective na pwede nating makuha. Yan. So, kung kailangan natin makita yung number of defective, we should know yung random variable x na number of defective sa pagkuha natin ng samples. Yan. So, pang-check to, no, yung sampling plans. Halimbawa, ikaw yung mag-i-inspect, no, mag-i-inspect sa isang factory for the items. Items natin lahat, 100. Yan yung number of population natin, yan yung sample units. And then, kukuha lang tayo ng 10 items. So, this would be your sample size. Yan. And ang sample procedure natin, kukuha lang tayo ng 10 item randomly. And then, describe kung ilan yung non-defective, ilan yung defective, no, for that samples. Yan. So, in these 100 items, 100 items, 12 dyan is defective. Ayan. So, in our sampling plan, so pwede tayong mag-set, no? Pwede nating i-set na i-accept natin kapag meron lang tayong at least, hindi, more than 3. Yan. No? Or 3 or less, no? 3 or less na defective, no, in the samples. Ayan. Ayan. So, i-accept natin kapag sa samples na nakuha, meron lang 3 or less defective, no, in that batch. Kapag naman 4 or more na yung defective na nakita per sample, hindi natin i-accept yung batch na yon na nagawa. So, yun yung sampling plan na sinasabi, no? You have yung outline on the basis of the experiment. Ayan. So kapag 3 or less yung defective, i-accept. Kapag naman 4 or more yung defective, i-reject. Example only to. Ayan. So para malaman natin kung ano yung mga possible na results na may 3 or less na defective, tsaka 4 or more na defective, pakita natin yung possible na mga outcomes. Yan. O kaya ipakita natin yung random variable x natin. Random variable x is the number of defective, no, on this example. Yan. We have random variable x. It is the number of defective. Sa pagkuha natin ng 10 items from 100 items randomly, wherein may 12 na defective doon sa lahat nito. Sa 100 items na yan. 12 dyan defective. So for the number of defective, possible na wala tayong makuhang defective, no, dito sa 10 na item. So possible din na merong isa dyan na defective. We can have 2, pwedeng 3, pwedeng 4, pwedeng 5 dito, defective, pwedeng 6 sa 10 na yan, defective, pwedeng 7, pwedeng 8, pwedeng 9, pwede ring 10, no? 10 na items na napili natin randomly, lahat yun ay defective. Ayan. So ito yung random variable x natin, the number of defective. So sabi, in our sampling plans, i-accept natin yung sample, no? Yung sample na yun na naggawa if 3 or less yung number of defective. So ito yun, yung 0, 1, 2, or 3. Yan yung range na accepted. No? Kapag naman 4 hanggang 10 na, no, yung number of defective natin, rejected na yan doon sa batch na to na may 100 items. No? Yan yung sampling plan natin. So nakakatulong din yung random variables, no, for your sampling plan. So another example, no, pwede rin tayo magkaroon ng sampling plan observing yung process until a defective is observed. Ayan. So tinutukoy pa rin dito is continuation yan. Meron kang 100 items, 12 the defective, and then you'll get 10 samples, no? So i-identify natin yung sampling plan, no, kung saan we have yung process na or we have our random variable number of defective hanggang sa makita natin siya. So pang ilan yung defective. Saan natin siya nakita. Ayan. So ayan, no. The evaluation of the process will depend on how many consecutive items are observed. So we have random variable x set as the number of items or kung pang ilan natin nakita yung defective. Yan. So number of items observed before a defective is found. Yan. Defective is found. Yan. So we have our random variable x na number of items observed before a defective is found. Ayan. So pwede rin kasi natin iset yung sampling plan natin. Halimbawa, sa pangatlong, if nakita mo yung defective sa pangatlong position, no, yung value of x is equal to 3, i-accept mo yon. Pero kapag nasa 4th place and more, so hindi mo na i-accept. Yung pwede yun, no, sampling plan. Ayan. So hanapin natin yung mga possible na values of number of items observed before a defective is found. Ayan. So meron kang 10 items na kukunin, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ayan. So, pwede, no, ang mangyari sa pagkuha natin ng 10 na item, sa una pa lang, makuha na natin si defective. Ayan. So, we have there yung value of x na equal to 1 kasi number of items observed before a defective is found. So, sa una pa lang, nakuha mo na defective. So, ang laman ng subset natin na x is equal to 1 is yung D. Yun, no, D lang. No, sa una pa lang, nakuha mo na defective. Ayan. O, pwede rin naman sa pangalawa natin nakuha yung defective. So, kung pangalawa yon, so sa una, possible, nakuha mo ay non-defective. Sa pangalawa, yung defective. So, ang laman nito, no, we have non-defective and then defective. Yan. Kasi x is the number of items observed before a defective is found. So, if x is equal to 2, no, it means na pangalawa natin nakuha si defective. So, ang laman niya is non-defective and then next defective. Yan. O pwede rin, we have 3. No? So, 3, it is the number of position ng defective kung saan mo siya nakita. So, sa pangatlong position. Ayan. So, we have N and D. Ayan. So, sa pangatlo natin. Ayan. Itong value na to, it represents yung position ng defective natin. And so on. No? Kung pang-4, pangatlo, pang-5, pang-6. Ayan. No? So, the combination of knowledge ng random variable and the sampling plan. Ayan. So, next here would be yung listing yung lahat ng possible na makita natin na sample space that have finite number of possibilities and infinite number of possibilities. So, yung mga random variables na yun is actually called as the discrete sample space and the continuous sample space. So, possible ito na makita natin for given na mga examples. When we say discrete sample space, yan yung sample space that contains a finite number of possibilities or unending sequence. O sa madaling sabi, no, kapag discrete, nabibilang natin yung possible na outcomes. Okay? And then kapag continuous sample space naman, sample space contains infinite number of possibilities equal to the number of points on a line segment. So, continuous, masyadong marami yung possible na outcomes natin. So, for example, ng discrete sample space, pwedeng example nito is yung sample space for number of defectives, no? Kasi kapag pinag-uusapan number of defectives na sample space, o mabibilang natin no, yung mga possible na outcomes. O ganun din yung number of highway fatalities per year, no? So, discrete sample space, yung mga variables diyan represents yung count data. And then for continuous sample space naman, ang example natin dito is yung mga measured data such as yung height, weight, temperature, distances, or life periods. Ayan, no? Kasi sa height, yung height natin hindi naman fixed na laging whole number, no? Kino-consider pa natin yung mga ilang decimal places in centimeters or in inches. Ayan. So, heights, weights, temperature, distances. Yan yung mga possible na laman no, ng sample space na continuous. Yan. We have infinite number of places. Yan. So, same as here, no, at discussed here. So, discrete random variable, random variables that are countable. Continuous naman, continuous yung scale. Yeah, such as yung height, weight, and ages. No? Yung ages na considering yung days, years, hours. Ayan. No, yung life periods. Other. So, next to be discussed would be the discrete probability distribution. So, in this discrete probability distribution will be relating yung function, no, ayan, statistical functions that describes all the possible values, no, for a given scenario. Yan. So it's the same with getting the probability for a given variable or a given scenario. Yan. So try natin. No? In the case of tossing a coin, 3 times the variable x representing the number of heads, so assumes a value of 2 with the probability of 3/8. So ito yung example natin with the answer na. So paano nakuha yung probability na 3/8? Yan, no? So we'll apply yung knowledge natin for the random variable of getting this probability. Yan. So, ang gagawin nating experiment is we'll be tossing coin thrice. 3 times. And we have our random variable x as the number of heads. Ayan. So, kung magto-toss tayo ng coin 3 times, no, possible na yung laman ng variable natin, no, random variable, number of heads, possible na wala tayo makuha na head, no, sa pag-toss 3 times. Kaya possible din na merong isang head na lumabas, pwedeng 2, pwedeng 3. Hindi na pwedeng 4 kasi 3 times lang naman tayo mag-toss ng coin. So hanggang 3 lang yung max. Yan. So possible number of heads na makuha for this event na magtotoss ng coin 3 times. You can have 0 heads, 1, 2, or 3. Ayan. So, we'll be solving for the probabilities na ang lumabas sa atin is 0 na head, 1 ang head, 2, or 3. Ayan. So, solve natin lahat, no? Let's solve for the probability, no, kung saan we have 0 head na lalabas. So, your x is equal to 0. From the discussion of probability, sabi, probability, it is the number of chance outcomes na mangyari tong event na yan no over the total possible outcomes natin. So, what would be the number of possible outcomes? So, solve natin. We can use yung equation na presented kanina. No? The number of outcomes is equal to 2 raised to n. Bakit? No? Kasi in tossing a coin, you can only have 2 possible na result. No? Yung makakuha ng either head or tail. So, 2 raised to n would be 3. Kasi 3 times tayong magtotoss ng coin. So, 2 raised to 3, it's equal to 8. Yan. So, ito lahat yung possible outcomes natin. Ngayon, ilang beses pwede mangyari na meron kang 0 na head. So, ilan kaya yon? So, pwede mangyari, isa lang. No? Yung wherein ang makukuha mo doon is puro tails, no? 3 tails. So, kung 3 tails, isa lang yun. Ayan. Or, pwede natin ipakita, no? Yung x is equal to 0. Ang laman lang nun is yung puro tails yung makukuha natin na element. Ayan. Yan yun. Yung tinutukoy niyan, na 0 heads. Ayan. 0 yung head dyan, is ilan yan? Possible number of ways na makakuha ka nito. So, isa lang, no, out of 8. Yan. So, yung probability na makakuha tayo ng 0 head by tossing a coin 3 times ay 1/8. Yan. Then, yung dalawa naman, no, yung in x is equal to 2. Yan. So, if x is equal to 2, it means we have 2 heads na makukuha. So, ano yun? Ayan, pwedeng head, head, tail. Pwedeng head, tail, head. Ano pa? Pwede namang tail, head, head. Ayan, may possible pa ba na arrangement? Wala na, yan na yun. So, ilan to lahat? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 over 8. Ayan. No. Then, for x naman is equal to 3. So, wala tayong space. Dito tayo sa baba. Yung probability na tatlong head yung makukuha natin. So, ano yung laman nun? No? X is equal to 3 yan ay yung head, head, head. No? Na subset natin. So, ilan ba yung laman? Isa lang. So, 1 over the total outcomes na 8. Ayan. So, here, using yung random variable x, yung x natin is number of heads, hinanap natin yung mga possible number of heads natin for this example, and then yung subsets, nakuha natin yung probabilities. Now, kapag pinagsama-sama natin to, yung mga probability values niyan and yung equation, we can have the discrete probability distribution. Ayan. So, another example, no, from the previous stockroom example, ito. The probability that no employees gets back the right helmet is 2 over 6 or 1/3. No? Or M is assumed to be the value of 0. Yan. So, kinuha naman dito or kukunin yung probability na walang employee na makakakuha ng correct helmet or right helmet for them. Which is, ito, yung si Jones muna, si Brown, and then Smith, si Brown, Smith, and then si Jones. So, ang probability daw na mangyari ito is 2 over 6. Ayan. We can actually get yung mga probabilities na mangyari yung at least or meron kang 1 employee na makakakuha ng correct helmet, yung 3 employee makakakuha ng correct helmet. So, sige, solve natin, no? Possible kasi yan. So, probability na makakuha yung walang employee na makakuha ng correct helmet or right helmet. So, ang laman ng M is equal to 0 is yung JBS and then yung BSJ. Yan. So, ilan yun? Dalawa out of the total number of sample points natin. So, ilan ba yung lahat ng samples points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yun nga. 2 over 6 or simply 1 over 3. Then, yung probability naman na yung value ng M natin, yung, wherein M is the correct matches, no, equal to 1. So, isa dyan correct. So, ilan ito lahat? Bilangin lang natin. So, 1, 2, 3. So, we have 3 over the total points na 6. Ayan. So, 3 over 6, 1/2 or 0.5. Then, yung probability naman na mangyari na lahat ng employee makakakuha ng correct helmet, that is P, probability ng M is equal to 3 na mangyari. So, ilan yung possible na number of chance na lumabas ito? So, isa lang. So, 1 over the total sample points natin, 6. So, 1 over 6. Ano yun? So, that is yung probabilities na nangyari yan by the random variable. So, actually, itong mga ginawa natin na calculations is the way to compute for the discrete probability distributions wherein sometimes ini-equate yan sa value na f of x. Ayan. So, f of x is equal to the probability of the random variable equal to the value of that random variable. So, if we will be plotting yung points ng value of the random variable and the probability, now we have the probability density function or the probability mass function. Pwede rin tawagin na probability distribution of the random variable x. Ayan. So, ito yung mga points na yan, ito yung tinatawag natin na probability density function or probability mass functions. Pwede natin itong i-relate to a histogram by bar, no? Histograms. So, kung i-represent natin yan sa histogram, paano yan? So, sa histogram, we have x na values and y values. Ang x values natin would be the value of m. Yan, yung value ng m, yung nasa x. Yung sa y naman is yung probabilities. So, here we have 3 points sa baba. Yung 0, 1, and then 3. Ayan. So, lagay na natin yung 2 tsaka 3. And then, may 3 points tayo dito. Not to scale, no, yung histogram natin. But we can plot yung histograms in our Excel para yun, accurate yung data. Ayan. So, by this values, so we have mauuna dyan. Yung 1/6. 0.167, tapos 0.33, we have 1/3, tapos 1/2. Ayan. So, plotting the value of probability na 0 yung makakakuha ng correct helmet, that is 1/3. So, we'll just have our bar na from sa baba pataas hanggang sa 1/3. Ayan. So, that is yung for 0. Then, pag 1 naman, 1/2. So, pa-plot lang natin mula dito hanggang 1/2. Yun yung value niya. No? Yan. So, 1/3, 1/2. So, sa 2, yung probability naman na 2, yung makakakuha ng correct helmet, wala. Wala tayong bar dyan. O, for 3 naman, we have 1/6. Yan. So, from here, hanggang dito lang. Yan. So, we have yung probability distribution natin or probability density function in histogram, PDF. So, pwede natin i-represent itong sets of ordered pairs ng value of x and f of x or the value of the random variable and your probabilities by this histogram. Yan. Ayan. So, this discrete probability distributions that follows this equation, it represents or it describes yung lahat ng possible na outcomes natin for a given na random variable. So, it is an statistical functions that we use, you know, pwedeng applied sa mga research and other purpose. So, discrete probability distribution. Nakikita mo yung mga possible na results of a given random variable and then yung possible na probability niya by numbers. Okay? So, for the definition, another definition ng discrete probability distribution, we have here the set of ordered pairs, x and f of x. So, yung x is yung value of your random variable. And then f of x naman is the value of probabilities na mangyari itong value ng random variable natin. So, it is a probability function. So, tinatawag ito ng probability function. Tinatawag din na probability mass function or probability distribution. So, wherein your f of x should be greater than, or equal to 0. Yan. So, babalikan natin, or ito yung pangatlong characteristic ng ordered pairs natin. So, we have yung probability of the random variable is equal to f of x. So, kung f of x is equal to the probability, tama lang, it should be greater than or equal to 0. Kasi wala naman tayong probability na less than 0. Pag less than 0, that's negative kasi. So, wala tayong probability na negative. So, nag-range lang yan. So, 0 to 1, no? Ayan. So, kaya, if we'll sum up all of the value of our probability function, fx, ayan, so it will be equal to 1. Kasi summation ng f of x, summation ng mga probabilities natin. So, dapat equal to 1 daw yan. So, here, check natin kung equal to 1 yung summation natin ng probabilities. Ayan. So, we have 1/3 plus 1/2 plus yung value ng 2, 0. No, add up lang natin to. It should be equal to 1. Yan. So that it supports itong definition natin for the discrete probability distributions. Yan. So check naman to. 1/3 plus 1/2 plus 0 plus 1/6. So equal yan sa 1. So yung highest na, ayan, yun lang. PDF. Yung sum na mga probabilities natin should be equal to 1 only. So, let's have another example na pagpapakita ng probability distributions, for the given example. And so, a shipment of 20 similar laptop computers to a retail outlet contains 3 that are defective. And then, if a school makes a random purchase of 2 of this computer, find the probability distribution for the number of defectives. Ayan. So, papakita natin yung probability distribution. So, probability distribution, set yan ng value of the random variable and the probability of that random variable. Ayan. Set nito. So, hanapin natin yung value ng x and the probabilities. We set yung sabi, probability distribution of the number of defectives. So, yung random variable natin should be the number of defectives. Yan. Variable x. Number of defectives. So, meron tayong shipment ng 20 similar laptop computers. Tatlo dyan ay defective. So, if we'll count the number of non-defective, yan ay 17 lang. Non-defective. Ang defective natin, 3. Yan. And then yung total laptops, 20 lahat. Yan. So, for our given, ngayon, a certain school purchased 2 computers from this shipment. So, ano daw yung probability distribution natin? Kukuha lang dito ng 2 sa total na 20. So, kung kukuha tayo ng 2, ano-ano yung mga possible na number of defectives natin na makuha? Possible na we can have 0, number of defective, pwede namang 1, pwedeng 2. Hindi na magtatatlo yan kasi 2 computer lang naman yung bibilhin ng school randomly. Ayan. So, 0, 1, and then 2. Ayan. So, from these values of x, solve natin yung probability na walang defective, 1 defective, yung makuha natin from this, and then 2 defective. Okay. So, sabi, yung value of f of x is just equal to the probability of x is equal to the number or value of that random variable. Yan. So, capital letter to, Yan. And so, gagamitin natin itong equation to solve for the probabilities. or for the values of F function natin, probability distribution natin. So, una is yung 0, F of 0. F0 is equal to the probability na ang number of defective is equal to 0. Zero. So, kukuha tayo ng dalawang computer. Paano natin, for the probabilities, number of chance outcomes na mangyari, yung 0, yung defective, yung makukuha over the total number of sample natin, no? Number of outcomes. Yeah, total number of possible outcomes natin. So, to get the total number of outcomes, that would be yung number of outcomes. We can use yung equation na 2 raised to n, no? 2 raised to n. So, 2 kasi, pwede lang naman natin makuha dito is either non-defective or defective. And then n would be the number of times na kukuha tayo na computer, which is 2. So, 2 raised to 2, we have 4 na number of outcomes. So, ilang beses tayo pwede makakuha ng 0 defective. Ayan. So, we have many ways no, to count yung possible, to count yung event na to na 0 yung makukuha natin defective o kaya lahat makukuha natin is non-defective. We can use that. First is yung multiplication rule. Pangalawa, pwede natin gamitin yung combination, no? O sige. So, possible, gamitin natin yung multiplication rule. So, in our multiplication rule, may dalawa tayong event. So, halimbawa, sa first na pagkuha natin, we have defective, no? So, defective yung makukuha natin. So, sa number of defective, ay di pala, 0 defective pala, no? 0 defective. So, sa una, defective yung makukuha. So, kung defective, ay mali, non-defective pala. Ayan. So, non-defective sa makukuha natin kasi 0 defective eh. So, sa una, non-defective, ilan ba yung number of non-defective natin? 17. Ayan. So, we have here, probability ng una, 17. Out of ilan? No, 20. Yan. So, non-defective yung una nating nakuha. Then, sa pangalawa, non-defective pa rin. So, kung non-defective, hindi mo naman ibabalik tong computer. So, ilan na lang? 16. 16 na lang yung non-defective. And then, over 19. Yeah. So, by multiplication rule, nakuha natin yung probability na walang non-defective. Yan, walang defective, puro non-defective. Yan. Kabaliktad mo. Yan. Puro non-defective yung nakuha natin. So, sa una, non-defective. Sa pangalawa, non-defective pa rin. So, solve natin, 17 over 20, multiply to 16 over 19. Wait lang. Ay, hindi pala natin itong magagamit muna. Ayan. We'll just get yung probabilities. Ayan. Ayan. Ayan, huwag niyo pansinin yung nilagay ko ng number of chance outcomes natin lahat. Ayan, so 17. Dito, going back, no, hinawin natin ulit. May nasulat ako dong hindi kailangan. Ayan, so we'll be counting yung probability distribution no, of the number of defectives. So, iisa-isahin natin yan. 0, yung defective, isa defective, dalawa defective. So, to get the probability na 0 and defective, it's the same with determining the probability na puro non-defective yung makuha natin. So, in our first pick, pwedeng non-defective yung makuha. Ano yung probability na mangyari yun? So that would be the number of non-defective over the total of number ng laptops natin. Ayan. So 17 over 20. And then pwede rin sa pangalawa, no, non-defective yung makuha natin. So ano yung probability no? Knowing that this happens na. Well, so that would be 16 na lang over 19. Ayan. So simplifying, ano yung probability na 0 ang defective natin? Ano ang value nito?
68 over 95 naman.
Ayan, 8 over 95. Ayan. So, that is yung probability na 0, ang defective. Ayan. Then next, probability naman isa ang defective. Ay, isa. Ayan. So, isa defective. So, pwede, yung sa una, defective yung makuha natin agad. So, defective, ano yung probability na makuha natin defective? So, that would be 3 over 20. And then, sa pangalawa, no, ang makuha natin is non-defective na kasi isa lang defective eh. So, we have 17 over 19 na lang. No? Kasi nakuha na natin yung isa dito. Ayan. So, 3 over 20 multiplied to 17 over 19. So, possible yan na mangyari na mauuna defective. Paano kapag nauna non-defective? So, add natin yung possibilities na yun. Yeah. So, una, non-defective, so 17 over 20 plus, multiply pala. Na-multiply, yung second natin na probability kung saan makukuha natin is defective na. So, defective, 3 over 19. Or simply, times 2 lang na itong una, no? Or another solution. Ayan. Oops. So, 3 over 20 times 17 over 19 plus 17 over 20 times 3 over 19. Yan yung probability na may isa kang defective. Ayan. So, ano ang value natin?
To 17 over 190.
217? Diba? May other answer pa.
Eh, 51 po pala ma'am.
Ayan. So, 51
Over
over
190.
190. So, 51 over 190, yung probability na isa lang defective. O what yung dalawa naman defective. We have x is equal to 2. So, kung dalawa defective, kung sa una, defective makukuha, 3 over 20. Multiply sa pangalawa, defective din. So, 2 na lang over 19. So, ano ang value natin?
Three over 190 po.
We have 3 over 190. Yan. So, if we'll have your table ng values of x and f of x, meron tayong probability distribution, no, of the number of defectives. So, yung 0, 1, and then 2. Yan. So, ang value natin, 68 over 95. And then, ito ay 51 over 190. And then, dito ay 3 over 190. Actually, this is your first way, no, to solve for the values of probability ng probability distribution. First solution natin yan, no, by multiplication rule. Yung second solution natin is by the combinations naman. So, and then, at the end ng solution, same ng values yung makukuha natin. 68 over 95, 51 over 190, and then 3 over 190. So, try natin, no, isolve by combination. So, we have F0. So, it's equal to the probability na 0. Kung saan, yung numerator natin is the number of chance outcomes or number of possible ways na makakuha tayo ng 0 na defective. Tapos yung denominator naman natin is yung total number of ways natin na makakuha ng 2 out of 20. Yan. So, yung denominator natin dito would be 20 C2. No? Number of ways na makakuha ka ng dalawa sa 20 natin na laptops. No? So, dito naman, number of ways na makuha tayo ng walang defective. Ayan. So, kung walang defective, ilan ba defective dito sa ano natin, sa number of laptops? 3. So, sa tatlong to, wala tayong kukunin. So, that will be 3C0. Multiply to the number of computers na kukunin natin, non-defective. So, 17. Sa 17 na to, kukuha tayo ng dalawa. Yan. So, 3C0 multiply to 7C2 over 20C2, it's the same na 68 over 95 dapat. Yan. So, kumuha tayo ng dalawang non-defective kasi 0 dapat defective. Yan. So, sa pangalawa naman, no, we have our numerator, number of ways na makakuha ka ng isa defective. So, isa defective, that is 3C1. We multiply to 17C1. So, kung isa defective, yung isa doon, so, dalawa pa rin yung kinuha natin over the total number of ways na meron tayong dalawang kukunin out of 20. So, the same yung value niyan if you type it or plug it in your calculators. 51 over 190. Yung answer. And then, kapag dalawa naman, okay. So, dalawa defective, o kung dalawa na defective, dalawa na nakuha mong computer, walang non-defective na kukunin. Yan. So, meron kang 3C2 multiply to 17C0 over 20C2. And the answer is the same, 3 over 190. Ayan. So, ito yung two ways natin ng pag-solve ng probability. So, pino-combine natin yung knowledge natin about the combinations and probability. So, ang answer natin is this one, no? Kasi probability distribution is yung set of pairs ng value of x and the probability. So, ito yung PDF. If sa problem, halimbawa, binanggit na represent it in a histogram, so, ipa-plug in lang natin yan sa histogram natin. Wherein, the value of x is 0, 1, 2. Yung probabilities na, yung value ng y naman is yung sa probabilities. So, walang problema. Yung process is yung katulad lang din sa pag-plot ko kanina doon sa example natin for the correct matches. So, that is for the discrete probability distribution.